Hi, I'm gonna be reviewing random TikTok videos and YouTube shorts. It's Rice Crispy Treats, and she made it look like raw meat. Okay?
Would you give me the patties that are in the fridge?
Wagyu, huh? So good. Grill's gotta heat up.
It's gonna be like 30 minutes. I'm way too hungry though. I'm just gonna do this.
Oh my god, it's so dumb. Oh my god.
I'm starving.
The way he looks. A lot of times these kind of videos are fake. I'm not sure in this case. Maybe it's real. It does seem real.
I can't wait.
Eating raw meat, Aaron. You could have eaten a peanut butter bar.
Doesn't that look so good?
No.
This.
Aaron?
No. Of course it does, but the brainwashing kicks in. Bacteria, parasites, blah blah blah.
No, it's Kai.
Come here, take a bite.
No, don't give the children natural food.
No, Seal, do not eat
It's
that.
okay, so your face is scaring her. Can I have
It should be scaring her.
If this is actually real, then that's a really brainwashed father. And of course, the mother also. Was the daughter in on it? Probably, I assume. Would have been interesting if she wasn't, and she would have eaten the raw meat. Because if the parents say, that's okay, you can eat it, then they do it. But because of all the fear-mongering, they don't. Because of fathers like this. Whether it's fake or not, they for sure believe that that's really all that we needed to see.
The reason why I like the carnivore diet is because when you have nothing but just meat, you realize what you're supposed to feel like. I'm not tired, I'm energetic.
Okay. I would understand it if he meant raw meat. Then you do feel as good as you possibly could, obviously. The way you need to see it is that if you eat naturally, you're at the top, and the more you move away from nature, what you're naturally supposed to eat, the worse you will feel. The less energy you will have, the more depressed you will feel, and so on. That's exactly how you should see life. Nature is the peak, health, happiness, everything, and if you move away, it just gets worse and worse. The carnivore diet is not that far away from the top, depending on how much you cook the meat. There's way worse diets. I'm thinking of making a longer video about this in the future. I'll explain then in more detail what I'm talking about.
I'm the strongest I've ever been, I'm the leanest and the most muscular, and most of all, my brain is so sharp. I have no symptoms of ADHD like I used to have for so long, where you'd be...
Yeah, of course, no more plants, toxic seeds, that makes sense.
reading the textbook in school and then you think about this other person. I haven't walked in here and even had a single...
Yeah, but in school, you can't really be focused because you're doing something that you don't want to do anyway. Who can really focus in school? Maybe some absolute losers who know that they're not going to be doing anything else with their life. Then they focus on school and work.
thought in my mind that I can think of. If I had carbs, I would have. And I've wanted to.
Yeah, but carbs are not the problem. It's the seeds and the plants, the vegetables that disrupt the gut. Carbs don't make you feel bad at all. Is this guy even still on the so-called carnivore diet? Probably not, right? They all quit after a few months anyway. Yeah, it's kind of like veganism. At the beginning, it's something new, feels good, but it doesn't last.
We were with Sneeko, he ordered in this like cookie dough. It looked delicious, bro. I would have loved to, but I knew that I would have regretted it.
What's the downside of eating vegetables?
Most vegetables don't taste nice, and it's interesting that, like, why wouldn't a food that's absolutely vital taste nice? You know?
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, I like that. Awesome. Actual common sense logic, following your intuition. Of course. Why would it taste bad if it's good for you? Okay, he understands something. First time I see him say something that's correct.
Our taste buds, because 99.9% of plants in the wild are poisonous, and the ones...
Yeah, exactly. Right on, man. Keep spreading this.
that are widely eaten actually still have the same kind of plant toxins and phytogens inside of them that can cause diseases. Maybe we're not supposed to be eating it.
Yes, exactly. It's not as bad anymore, these cultivated versions, but they are also not good. Just because it doesn't taste as horrible as the wild, natural versions, carrots for example, doesn't mean that they are automatically good. They are just less bad because there's less toxins inside.
Over the past few years, my body temperature has declined almost 5 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's super strange. And it cannot even really decrease, only temporarily while you're malnourished, which is the case here. He looks super sick, he's pale, he eats a vegan diet, takes a million supplements, toxic pills. Yeah, no wonder. Isn't he also under eating anyway? I think so.
Now, to put that into context, you'd have to swim in ice for over a mile to achieve an equivalent reduction. Okay, so what is...
Right, but the ice is bad, the cold is bad. What are you trying to say? You're saying to achieve my state, you have to do something that's incredibly horrible for you. You have to go through a lot of pain and suffering. Torture, essentially. Think about it. It's so illogical. You talk about your state as if it's good, as if you want to promote it, but then give an example of somebody suffering and doing something that's bad for them. It's so super illogical.
is going on? Does this mean I'm dying? Or am I just cold-hearted? Many people are familiar with the practice of cold plunging, where you get into cold water for some duration.
Yes, it was made popular by an alcoholic who developed dementia, partly because of that. I don't see what you're trying to say here, man.
Of time. I am metabolically cold plunging, which means my body temperature is dramatically reduced all the time. Now, there's a few things going on. One is I'm on a 10% caloric restricted diet, which means
Well, that's under eating. And he's eating completely wrong anyway, because he eats plants and seeds. Doesn't even matter how much he eats, really.
for my age and level of activity, I should consume 2,500 calories a day. I'm actually consuming 2,250 calories a day. And also on top of that, I exercise pretty...
Yeah, but there are no calories. Calories are not a way to measure how much you're eating, how much you should be eating, nothing like that. It's a joke. Yeah. You can undereat or overeat simply, meaning that you eat more than you want to, or you eat less and then you're gonna gain or lose weight. But calories are nonsense.
rigorously for 1 hour a day. So when people hear this,
Yeah, of course. And you burn up your body fat, and that's why your body temperature is also low. It's all the stress from the working out.
they oftentimes say, if you're in a deficit, wouldn't you just constantly lose weight until you die?
Any more muscle than Brad Pitt in Fight Club becomes more unattractive. Any more muscle?
The physique that he had in Fight Club was kind of close to how humans in nature look like. Maybe he has more muscle, but when you compare him to natural tribes, some of them kind of look like that.
You're telling me that you guys don't want this physique?
No, why would you want that kind of a physique? Are you joking? Seriously, I don't get it. I can't even tell if this is sarcasm or not. I don't think that anybody wants this kind of physique, except for somebody insanely brainwashed. You have insanely big muscles, a huge chest. Why would you want that? It's not even easy to move around or to do anything when you have this kind of a body.
That y'all think this is a terrible physique.
But this right here is the ideal physique. I am honestly so surprised.
Yeah, in every possible way. Attractiveness wise, for your survival also, that's what matters. for your mobility, just for your life to feel good, because it's natural or closer to the way we are naturally supposed to be. The natural state is the best one. Again, same as I mentioned with the diet. You move away from your natural state and it just gets worse. A bodybuilder's physique is pretty far away from the natural state of the body. So you will feel worse and look worse, meaning less attractive. Yeah, it's just common sense. What do you not understand?
Surprised that more people would want to look like
This over this.
I can't even.
It's not possible. I was brainwashed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. How can it be?
Fathom that. Bro, Brad Pitt was 5'11", 155 pounds.
In this movie.
5'11", 155 pounds. American measurements. That doesn't really mean much to me. Is he saying that it's too low or what? Just use the measurements which everybody on Earth uses. Centimeters, meters, and kilograms. That doesn't mean anything to most people on Earth. Nobody uses pounds and feet.
5'11", 100.
That doesn't mean anything to most people, man. Over 90% of people watching that don't even understand what that means.
55 pounds.
It's pretty skinny.
Like, why do they make these kind of videos? You should appeal to the masses with your videos, right? Not that you should actually, but when it comes to measurements and everything, people should at least understand what you're talking about. Almost nobody understands these kind of measurements. I can't really understand what that means. Only approximately, but I don't know how much that would be in the measurements that almost everybody else uses.
You go to the gym, you have a 99.9% chance of having more muscle than that. Bro, I'm pretty sure I was 155 pounds a few months in.
Yeah, but who says that he went to the gym a lot or whatever? Gyms are a new thing anyway. Fight Club came out in like 99 or something. Same as American History X, approximately around that time. Or 2000, whatever, yeah? That's not when people went to gyms. Gyms became popular maybe 10, 15 years later. He probably did go to the gym, but I'm just saying, he's talking about it as if it's just normal to do that.
Working out. Now I'm like 170 pounds at this.
Yeah, and why? Because you feel small. Why do you feel small? What's going on the inside? Maybe he actually is or was small. Actually, physically, that's possible, but then still, what are you gonna do? Go to the gym for the rest of your life? Pumping up the muscles? Just storing a lot of water to look swole? Just to age your body, create tons of wrinkles, deplete your collagen? Just to look big all the time? That's also not a solution, man. It just is what it is. Maybe you were malnourished as a child. Well, it's just how it is.
Same height, and I still think I'm small. I still cannot process
Yeah, but then you have body dysmorphia. Yeah.
that people think this physique right here is a terrible looking physique.
Yeah, you're definitely brainwashed. 100%.
What about this physique is so bad to you guys?
I would ask women what they don't like about the physique, especially when it comes to attractiveness, not men. The body simply looks unnatural, abnormal. And again, the more you move away from nature, the peak, the more unattractive you become. This is very far from it, and that's why it looks unattractive to women. That's it, really. That's as simple as it is. Maybe women would point out something more specific, but it just all looks out of proportion, all unnatural, kind of deformed, really. Yeah. And I think that that's what they would say. It looks like a deformed body.
Are vegetables actually bad for you? Very bad, in fact. Sweet potatoes,
Okay, nice. I like the video already.
for example, I thought was low allergy, like it couldn't do anything wrong, and it was a great way to get carbs.
No, why would you believe that it's a root vegetable? You're not going to be able to dig out something healthy from the earth. It's last case survival food. something that you would do, the digging up, if you would have nothing else, meaning no animals. Yeah, when you're starving, you would do that, but thinking that it's healthy is a little bit delusional.
It turned out that was wrong. They're full of chemicals. Do you think that the vegetables are
Yeah, naturally occurring chemicals, toxins, and also some of the stuff which is in the earth, that's how they farm nowadays. The farming techniques are obviously also poisonous.
poisoning us? The ones that are high in oxalate, oxalate's a very serious chemical that is essentially a poison when you eat too much of it.
And this is what it's come down to. Nothing left to demonize, so we're calling vegetables bad. Times cool. First of all, vegetables aren't poisoning us because most of us aren't eating vegetables to begin with.
What do you mean? Most people on earth eat vegetables. I can't even think of any regular people that don't. Even if they go and eat at McDonald's, they are eating lettuce. Everybody eats vegetables. And by everybody, I mean over 90% of people.
Just 10% of American adults meet the basic recommendation.
Yeah, okay, maybe the recommendations officially, but they eat vegetables for sure. What are the recommendations then? Pounds of vegetables?
To eat 2 to 3 cups of veggies a day. Secondly, I have no problem agreeing that some people with certain genetic or gastrointestinal disorders that cause people to retain more oxalates have issues with some veggies. But that's not the norm. What we need to look at is what happens when entire populations consume more vegetables.
Yeah, but why would you eat anything with anything harmful at all? Just why even bother? There's no reason to.
Well, this meta-analysis on almost 1 million people found that for every 400 grams of veggies consumed, your risk of heart disease goes down by 18.
Yeah, a correlation study, great. But this is not scientific, so why do you show it? Might as well show a verse from the Bible. That's maybe more useful than this. This is a religion also.
This meta-analysis of 95 studies found that as vegetable intake increases, your risk of heart disease, stroke,
These are correlations. Mate, you fucking don't get it, or what?
and cardiovascular disease goes down. And this Bayesian meta-regression tool that assesses the quality of evidence found in previous research found that going from 0 to 350 grams of veggies a day leads to decreased risks of stroke, heart disease, esophageal cancer, and type 2 diabetes. So her statement...
Okay, and now show an actual scientific study that says anything even close to that. Oh, you can't. Okay, well then thanks for this useless video. Yeah, man, just all about believing religious texts instead of listening to your intuition. Can you eat sweet potatoes raw in their natural state? Are you designed to eat them naturally? No. Well, that's it. Debate over.
that vegetables are very bad for us as a population is entirely unscientific. Class dismissed.
Yeah, but what you showed wasn't scientific either. Are you joking? This guy doesn't even get it. He shows correlation studies and talks about science? The fuck is wrong with him?
I lived on Sprouts for 30 days. And I didn't know
what. Okay, that shows you look pretty sick, man.
What was going to happen.
Well, you probably became really ill. Look at yourself. Jesus.
But what happened is, literally, I reconstructed like every cell in my body.
Huh? What does that even mean? Nice 3D animations. They have tried to isolate cells with dyes and whatnot, but really they cannot even do it. A cell as such has never even been observed in any animal, let alone what's inside of the cell. Mitochondria and blah blah blah. Total bullshit religion. That's why they show 3D animations always, obviously.
Body was influenced by this super nutritious living food.
That milk doesn't belong to you. That was from a mother who was raped and her babies were kidnapped from her. Oh, you were? Okay, so you...
Oh my god, Tash Peterson, man. She's just so mental. So nuts.
Started to abuse animals again. That doesn't belong to you. That's a mother cow's milk.
And you're not gonna change anything by taking away their milk. It's just futile. Maybe it's for the video, just to get views. And she does love attention.
Was raped. Yeah, well, these These animals are trying to live. They're raped. Their babies are kidnapped. So you know the truth.
At the end of the day, people simply want to consume milk and eat meat because as far as meat goes, that's what we are naturally supposed to eat. You can argue about milk and dairy products, but the point is simply that really you're not going to convince people by telling them how it's all made, these products which they consume. They are still going to be eating meat and drinking milk up until you get what you wanted and it's taken away from them and replaced by fake milk and fake meat. A lot of these vegans will realize what they actually did, that they were working for the wrong side.
And you choose to pay for rape, abuse and murder. What a disgusting human being.
Well, no, again, she pays for the milk because she wants to drink milk, or maybe it's for her children. That's it. She is not going to be able to change the industry anyway. She could go and protest, not that protests ever did anything. But people also don't really have the time or interest for that.
You used to be vegan and now you've betrayed the animals and you pay.
Oh, she used to be vegan actually. Oh, okay. Well, there's more ex-vegans than vegans, of course, because they all quit.
For them to be raped, enslaved, tortured, abused and murdered. How does it feel?
Oh, she had health issues. Tash is not gonna care. Don't even talk to her. No point. She doesn't care about humans whatsoever. She doesn't even care about animals. Nobody. Humans are also animals. If a vegan feels sick, don't even bother talking to Tash because she doesn't care about you whatsoever. Not that you should care about random people. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that you would expect vegans to kind of care about other vegans or ex-vegans and talk to them, understand why they quit, but she just doesn't give a fuck.
There's no health issues. You can thrive.
There's no health issues. You had health issues? There's no health issues. How do you not understand? You just did it wrong, or you just imagined the gut pain, the sleepless nights, the depression, the acne. It's because you were working too much. If you feel healthy, it's the vegan diet. If you feel bad, it's never the vegan diet. That's what the commentator in one of my videos once said, and it's just so perfectly said.
On a plant-based diet, why are you choosing violence, abuse and murder?
I didn't thrive on a plant-based diet.
The evidence shows that you can.
The evidence shows that you can, but she didn't. But it doesn't matter because you can. So you did it wrong, basically.
No, that's a complete lie. You're just a selfish animal abuser. Shame on you. It's disgusting.
Yeah, of course. She just wants to abuse animals indirectly. She didn't feel sick. You become a vegan because of the morals. That's what they say anyway, not that I believe it. You care about the animals, about ethics, religious terms, of course, all based on religions. And then you quit because you just didn't feel like it anymore. As if that would ever happen. Why do they never think about it? As if somebody chooses to be religious, they care about these morals, about the animals supposedly, and then they just don't. As if it's not 100% proof that it's the health issues which made them quit. No, they just wanted to abuse animals all of a sudden. Once again, a lot of nonsense on TikTok and YouTube. I'm used to it. A family that's afraid of raw meat. That's normal today. The father especially is an absolute joke. That's exactly the one who should be leading the whole family into the right direction. And there's only one right direction. Nature. And that's raw meat, of course, when it comes to food. A guy who ate sprouts for 30 days and believes that he regenerated his body or something, even though he looks sick. A guy arguing that vegetables are healthy, man-made vegetables which don't even exist in nature, full of poisons, which you can actually taste yourself, but let's just ignore that and listen to correlation studies. Anti-scientific religious papers. Sure, okay. Then we had a guy who believed that unnatural, pumped up bodybuilder physiques are somehow attractive, good looking. I don't know what he was really trying to say. He just couldn't understand why somebody may not prefer that. I'll tell you right away, no woman on earth is gonna choose that over Brad Pitt's physique. And of course, they liked Brad Pitt in the movie because it's Brad Pitt. It's not as if they liked him because of his physique, just to be clear, in case anybody is confused about that. Tash Peterson also terrorizing, abusing more people, not realizing that she's actually abusing animals that were brainwashed to eat a species inappropriate diet. They felt sick, all of these ex-vegans, that's why they quit. Not because they want to abuse animals again, somehow magically. They just decided from one day to the other, I'm just gonna start abusing them again. I'm just kind of tired or bored of it. As if that would ever happen. How these people don't even question it. Thanks for watching.